Well, ladies and gentlemen, about to get ourselves underway here as we look to see the conclusion of a lot of the single teams here in Season 6 for the SCL. We are going to see Inferus now leaving Ping by his lonesome here in a 1v3 situation. The pistol round not going as planned here for this T side, as we do see TouchTheCrown continuing to maintain control of the bomb, blowing up this mid plate, and all of a sudden creating a lot of work for Ping to do. Bevy to very, very quickly remove the possibility of Ping having any sort of impact in that final 1v3 situation. However, now we see InferusEsport International looking to get themselves a little bit of control here on this T side. The Scout of Dream looking to try and make an impact. We'll see this push through the lowest area of the map. Does Comet over. We are going to see his teammates expecting it on the Deagles. It doesn't matter. It's a mowdown. Kren, Twixstar to find frags. Dream to slowly make his way up through shore. It's going to be down to Bevy here. The first responder will be able to get a few chunks of damage done. Bevy good enough to find himself the frag. Trade to come through. TouchTheCrown. Pick themselves up a second in the CT side. Continuing to have themselves an amazing start here on Dust 2. Now we look towards what is a interesting sort of buy coming through here for Inferus International. We are going to see the Hero AK making its way into the server. Dream to fall. Sorry, Dream to get a frag with it. Kebabo to fall. Now, slowly seeing Sikta to find a frag. ZFX to get himself a Deagle ping as well. Trying to try back away a little bit. Through a lot of this B aggression here, but this B site notoriously pretty hard to retake. We are going to see Help being chased down. Will have to try to keep himself alive. We are going to see Bevy able to find Dream now, the Deagle of Heleb. Never mind, the Scout of Heleb to find the frag. Now, it's just going to be down here to these last two players. Quite low, and we're going to see Kren able to clutch up. Has himself a kit. As we see TouchTheCrown able to pick themselves up a third after a much better start in this round. The M401S to be recovered. As we see TTC pick themselves up round number 3. We are going to see now Inferus to have to worry about some of this push coming through towards this Xbox area of the map. Twixter to find himself a frag. In response, nades to go in through bedroom. Second nade is Ping. Quite low. Taking on the fight. So now we see some short presence here. Spotted. Kren with the AWP to try and hold the line down. Able to find himself a beautiful shot onto Sikta. There's now what's looking to be the skeleton of an A-split coming through here. TTC looking to try and get a fair amount of damage. Dream tagged up quite heavily. Ping going down. CFX the only person with HP here. We'll continue to try and maintain a lot of this mid-control. Dream to go back get the bomb. So it does look as if it is going to be a mid-to-B hit coming through. Kebabo. Twixer. These two gentlemen have a lot of work to do. As that smoke about to fade. We are going to see CFX waiting for that peak coming through from Kebabo. The rotation to come over as InferusEsport run out of time. The save to come through here for the international roster. As we see TouchTheCrown able to pick themselves up round number 4 here. A really good start for this CT side on Dust 2. CT side's looking to be the way to go in terms of the SCL and trying to be able to maintain a good start, a good pace of the game so far. I can see Bevy now slowly backing away. So we see Helb going down in the trade. Twixter to find himself a second through that CT area. We now see Twixter having to try and hold his own here. We are going to see him eventually fall. Dream to find the frag. A 3v3 situation coming through here. So now we start to see this 2v3 situation. Kababo to continue trying to keep himself alive. Kren to note where the AWP is. We are going to see Sikta going to see now Twixter to try and put together a little bit of a hold coming through towards this A-long area of the map. Twixter with this AWP needing to be crucial with his first shot. We are seeing Inferus start to default a little bit here. Sikta to try and take on the line of the AWP. So we're going to see Kababo. Going down, Bevy to fall, Twixter as well. So now we see this B side continuing to be the hit. However, the presence towards this long area really making numbered days for the mid players. I'm going to see Helb to eventually find that frag. I'm going to see now all of a sudden Sikta to find a frag. As now it looks to see as if the pistols here for the CT side to have a very limited impact here. The rifles continuing to maintain control. Utility and flashes to go out. Now it looks as if we are going to see the USPS here of Twixter, the Deagle of God, to find frags, continuing to find frags. Help to get a pick. God to find himself a second. Smokes to go down for Dream. As we start to see Inferus now look to try and fight back here in this one. The 2v3 situation rather. As we see Gotti able to find ping through that smoke. Dream Should be able to find the guidey frag and will. However, shooting his rifle at the dead body all of a sudden, giving his position away. Rifles to be clamoured for here by TTC. They pick themselves up round number 5 off the back of the pistol round. So now we slowly see Inferus to seeing Twixer able to find himself one. Potential for the second to come through here. CT player all of a sudden really relying on the impact of Kebabo here. Only good enough to find himself one, but one plenty for the B anchor. So we are going to see Kren and Gotti to find themselves a frag. Dream left here in this 1v3 situation. Gotti to recover the Kalashnikov. Nades to go through to try and catch Dream off guard. Smokes to go down and re-smoke out this B site. We'll see the bomb picked up. Potential of a rotation away. We are going to see the bomb planted safe. Away from the doors, away from window. As Bevy to find tags, eventually find the final frag. As TouchTheCrown able to pick themselves up round number 6. I'm going to see Inferus now. Looking with a pretty average rifle by 2 Galils, an AWP, AK's, limited utility. Looks as if, you know, there's just got to be one area of the map that they're hitting. They can't have time to wait around looking to try and be a bit smart, be a bit clever. So we will continue to slowly see now in this InferusEsport side able to pick themselves up a second frag coming through. Picks up. It's a bit good enough for one. We're going to see Bevy continue to try and burn in those flames. Off the back of finding a frag, a 2v2 situation. Bevy now making it a 2v1, leaving Dream by his lonesome here. The AWP to be forced away, continuing to go through long where it's all the way back to B here for the bomb. Dream on the AWP will have himself a 1v2 situation. Maybe a free bomb side if he's careful. We are going to see Dream able to get that plant down. Dream to find himself Bevy. Now, Kebabo stuck here in this 1v1 situation. The AWP really paranoid. The jiggle will come and Dream able to clutch up here in the 1v2. We are going to see an B pop come out here. Kebabo good enough for one. The B anchor continuing to have himself a fairly rough day here in the server, but you can get better, trust me. Mainly here for Kebabo, it's all about finding a rhythm, finding a little bit of momentum that he can definitely start to excel in. Especially playing an anchor role. You know, usually they become quite easy, quite stale at times. So we will see now TTC to potentially look towards saving to give Inferus their fourth. Twixer to find himself a frag. The eventual trade coming through. Economic damage being done here. Extra 600 bucks in the bank account. Doesn't sound half bad for TTC at the moment. As now we slowly start to see big push coming through here. Coming in towards this long area of the map, we are going to see Bevy start to slowly drop away. Now we're seeing Ping tapped away at Twixar with that USPS, being a bit cheeky here. Trying to draw Ping into a fight where he'll be able to eventually get the Zeus frag. Ping, however, opting not to go for that fight. We are going to see Kren go down through that mid-peak, but the Zeus here could be very dangerous, and it is. Twixar to find himself the frag onto Ping. Smokes to go down to cover his tracks. What a cheeky play from Twixar. We are going to see Sikta finding frags through that middle area of the map. The rifles should be in quite a strong position here to manhandle these pistols. However, Ping going down, ZFX and Heleb joining him, leaves now a 2v2 situation where TTC have themselves a lot of rifles to play with. 2 flashes coming in from Guardbeat. More importantly, it does look as if it is going to be an A hit coming through. Guardbeat to keep his line focused 100% towards this long area of the map. The scope honing straight in on him. We are going to see Twixar to try and take a little bit of short presence. That bomb trying to be planted safe. Won't even be planted at all. The AWP to be recovered here as TTC pick themselves up round number 7. We're going to see a missed shot coming through from Dream. The AWP continuing to try and take this fight through mid, just unable to really connect early on. We are now slowly seeing what's looking to be Twixar really becoming a more of an anchor in this role. Kababo looking to try and give his life to ensure the trade of Twixar. And we continue to slowly see a little bit of short presence here from Inferus. Dream to slowly with this AWP looking to try and get a little bit of utility out. We are going to see Twixar able to find Ping here on this B aggression. We'll drop off the angle. Dream to find Bevy elsewhere. Now this A site almost looks to be completely open. However, the presence coming in here from Guardbeat, especially through that blue box area of the map, needs to be big, and it needs to find a frag. Of course, will Sikta go down? That big question. We are going to see a CT pile up come through here. A single flash over the top here. Molotovs to join it. Sikta to wrap around through this long area of the map. Godby would have called this clear as he does go down. We are going to see Kren find himself a frag in return. Kren, potential for him to find himself a second, and will. Now a 2v2 situation. CFX will eventually go down. Kren with this AWP will have very little say here, as held to find the final frag before continuing to survive after recovering the AWP. InferusEsport able to pick themselves up round number 5. TTC getting a bit unlucky here time and time again when it does come to these retakes. Seeing timings being caught that often usually aren't caught, let alone seen. You know, especially looking at that last round. You know, seeing Sikta being able to continue to put a whole heap of pressure when he was nowhere near the site. We are going to see Ping good enough for 2. Sikta to find a frag also this round. The hero of last round, as we do see Kebabo getting aggressive here. The force bite for TTC not working out all too well. And now it's just going to be Kren by his lonesome here with a rifle. And we'll see InferusEsport's able to get that bomb to explode. The save from Kren coming in here, allowing this M4 to have a say here in round 14 after probably what will be the full save coming through. Kren with armor. We are going to see Twixar with a Zeus, a bit of a cheeky man himself. Dream to find Kren early on. The M4 to be recovered here. So now we see Kebabo having himself even more of a rough day over here on this B site. What's looking to be a default spread coming through as Twixar able to find TFX. We are going to see the M4 try to get aggressive. It will fall. Nade's utility going down to keep away that aggression. We are going to see Dream able to recover that bomb. And now, what is a CT positioning here for Sikta, leaving Goddy by himself. Sikta probably should find this frag here and very much will. To a very shaky hand. We will see round 15 coming around here, and it is going to be a 7-8 at some point. Hopefully, which team it will be leaned towards. We will find out very soon. We will see now. Dream going for that pick, instead opting for the AK after. Now it does look as if we are going to slowly see a big push coming through here. Mainly for this mid area of the map. Definitely looking as if it could be an A split coming through here. Now we are going to see a bit of work coming through over towards this A area of the map. Short being the hold. Very impressive indeed. We're going to see Bevy, Gotti continuing to find frags. Bevy good enough for a second here. The 3v2 situation coming through. Sikta to try and find himself a little bit of this mid-lurk aggression. Ping to be stuck on the side by his lonesome here. Bomb nowhere near him. That's where Sikta was going to come in. Eventually does go down. Goes down quite early on, leaving quite a dire situation here for Ping. Able to find himself the first. Needs 2 more here to try and convert. Now we continue to see Ping able to find a double. However, with the half slowly coming to an end here, Twixart to confirm round number 8 coming through here for TTC. A 7-8 half coming through on this Dust 2 map. As TTC had themselves an explosive start quite early on. Inferus to slowly try to bring it back off the back of individual effort. And then teamwork at the very, very end. Almost sealing the fate here of this first half. A 7-8 scoreline coming through. TTC having themselves a very, very good start here in this game. We'll take the lead heading into the second, and this pistol round also important. Well, pistol round's very important for both sides. Having the lead here in this first half can either be eradicated or it can be furthered by the pistol round in the second. It does look as if it is going to be TTC's round to lose so far. They've been hitting their shots with the pistols. Their pistol play has been quite good. It's been quite on top of things at the moment. And seeing especially the way that players like Kababo have continued to try and stand their ground while holding sights, it will definitely be a bit of a change of pace to see how they do when aggressing onto sights. So we will look to see. Now, a long hit coming through. InferusEsport to have absolutely nothing guarding this area of the map. Which means that TTC have themselves the easiest long control I think they've ever had. We are going to see Bevy now. Trying to find frags. Goody to force away a lot of this mid-hit coming through here. Goody, potential for him to continue to find frags. The TTC rifle up. Will slowly be put into a position where he's now going to be this long wraparound coming for this TTC side. We are going to see Dream able to find himself a trade as Bevy does take ZFX. Trying to get one back. Twixar to find Sikta. As TTC getting a very, very important pistol round here at the moment. Pistol rounds are important to try set momentum, send tempos early on. The second round important purely for the economic basis. So we will see now InferusEsport's Deagle upgrades, an MP9 here. As we do start to see InferusEsport's now in a position where they're going to look to try and get together. A whole lot of control. I'm more looking towards definitely Dream eventually going down. Bevy, Kababo to find frags. Kababo looking to continue to try and get aggressive here with the Mac 10. Will be able to find Sikta. Now, with Ping, the last one remaining. Surely, if you've got an MP9 in your hand, you're looking for exits. Especially seeing that $600 kill bonus. He will be able to find himself one before dropping off that angle, looking to try and keep himself alive here. The armor, more important than the gun. He will be tagged up a little bit. Eventually trying to cross through towards that tons area of the map. The Deagle spam to come through. Ping eventually going down. We see TTC continuing to be stronger, continuing to be cleaner, better in the server, more effective. TTC having themselves an amazing day so far. Looking to continue to try brutalizing this Inferus side. It's the international roster starting to get themselves off to a bad start here on this T side early on. So we are going to slowly see Inferus now ping going down. With Kren,
Bevy, Kebabo all contributing towards the kill feed at the moment. We're just seeing Inferus continue to get run over. Kebabo continuing to find frags. What was an abysmal first half performance for him has rebounded into a really, really good entering sort of position that he's put himself into. We are going to continue to see now a whole lot in terms of the impact that we are seeing being had here in this server. Now with, more importantly, TTC being able to control the economy in such an aggressive fashion, finally allowing the rifles to come out here for InferusEsport. We are going to see Kebabo check through this lowers area of the map. We'll call it clear, and you can see why, with the mid-presence from InferusEsports International completely non-existent. Smokes to go through this CT area of the map. The T's to continue to throw utility out. As the CT player in ZFX needs to continue to try and hold strong. We are going to see this car player go down near immediately. Kebabo being able to find himself a second. Such a dynamic entry, this young kid. His anchorage needs some work, but when he's got a rifle in his hand, he's charging headfirst straight into your sight. You know you're in trouble. Kebabo continuing to so much damage. As we continue to see TTC find themselves such an impactful way to continue the fight. Now, it looks like TTC are going to go hunting here for these two rifles, and you can understand why. Dream, such an important rifle. If he does go down here to Twixo, and he will. Oh no, this AWP's out of the server. Sikta needs to stay alive. The question is, will he? Bevy could be so close to finding the frag. Bevy actually does go down. We are going to see Sikta putting that smoke down to keep himself alive, and all of a sudden, InferusEsport to not only lose the AWP, but to lose out on a whole heap of money, whole heap of income. And more importantly, a whole range of potential rounds off the back of a win there. The save coming through. And the fact that we didn't see an effective hold onto that AWP did cost a lot. As now we look towards what's looking to be a, hopefully, a bit more of an aggressive CT side coming through towards this, a bit underwhelming Inferus CT half. It's been underwhelming quite early on. However, they've only had the one rifle round. However, you know, we're just seeing TTC at the moment in the server. Their entering has been so dynamic. They haven't allowed those frags to come through here for Inferus. And we're just seeing Inferus continue to get ran over here. It's now Inferus looking for, I guess you could say, a little bit more of a fight from the CT area. We have seen a lot of the mid control dissipate quite quickly here for Inferus, looking to try play sites a little bit more, try to be a little bit more territorial with some of these areas of the map, and it's just not working. You know, we do need to see a change in the setup coming through here for Inferus, and the question is, you know, what's going to give? Who's going to give? And who's going to be the ultimate sacrifice here for this Inferus side if we do continue to see TTC just run over them like they have been? We need to see the anchorage plate being quite active. We do need to see the trades coming through. Whoever that support player is on the site needs to continue to have themselves quite an experienced and sort of a wide variety of nades at their disposal and utility to potentially put down. If we do see the anchor go down, they become the next man up on the chopping block. Quite often we're seeing the chopping block continue to have lots of cuts and lots of notches out of it before even getting in towards a stage where if ever does get used. So we do see now the AWP of Crown ringing out. A lot of pressure put towards this long area of the map. The pistols, the Hero M4 from Sikta to try and maintain a little bit of mid control, but with the long presence coming through, the fact that Helev's just been spotted and will be sprayed down, eventually found by Kababo. He's picked up his game so far. Picking up 6 kills in only a matter of rounds. As TTC continue to have themselves a really, really good start here in this round. Looking towards this A area of the map. Sikta to be that short player, continuing to try and control that aggression from this short angle. You know, the question is, how are we going to see this aggression be managed? How are we going to see the aggression from TTC sort of controlled? You know, playing CT sometimes, it's almost like being a security guard at a bar. You know, you got to sit there instead of immediately kicking someone out, corral someone to leave. They do it on their own accord and feel like you don't control them. We're now going to see TTC, however, just completely running over this CT side. As we continue to see now, TTC just having themselves an amazing time in the server, looking to give absolutely nothing up. And InferusEsport looking to be the ones who almost are just getting absolutely rolled here. We are continuing to see such a big hit coming through from this InferusEsport side. Now, we are going to see this bomb leaning towards what looks to be even a mid to B hit coming through for TTC. Bevy to put a few smokes down. Ping 2 respond in kind with his own utility set. Now Inferus still once again missing that mid control, and they're just continuing to get punished for it. A little bit of short presence, you know, especially if it's quite passive like it is at the moment. I'm going to see Twixstar Gotti able to hold their angles and hold strong, as we do see CFX pushing through that smoke, trying to catch himself a frag. Good enough for one. Will be able to find himself a second all of a sudden. That mid part of the mid to B split going down, but the pressure being created from that mid to B area. Seeing the B site crumble. And now a 2v3 bite. The economy quite weak at the moment here for InferusEsport. TTC, especially with the way they've been playing at the moment, how aggressive they've been over towards that B site. Picking themselves up 14 here. What almost looks to be a almost looks to be, I don't get it because they're on B site, but almost looks to be a save. We are going to see Kababo go down early. We are going to see a little bit of aggression here in the save, but not much at all. We are going to see that bomb go off. TTC to pick themselves up 14. Bevy continuing to try clear angles. Was so close to finding the AWP, but just can't. As we're able to slowly see now a little bit of this InferusEsport side continuing here with the rifle buy, their potential last rifle chance. First, they lose this round all of a sudden. You know, we see ZFX able to buy SMGs. Dream will probably be stuck on a pistol. Potentially a Deagle with a little bit of armor, a little bit of utility. Especially with what the loss bonus is at the moment. I'm going to see this boost up here on this short area. Dream will be able to find Twixer. Going through that a lot of this mid control needs help. Instead does go there himself, the AWP. Just been quite passive around this mid area. We are going to see help. Continuing to be stuck in. Inferus holding well on this B site. Kren going down as InferusEsport able to pick themselves up 8. Has been an absolute scathing second half here coming through from TTC. As we see Inferus able to pick themselves up their first round here on their CT side. Only the score really doesn't give them much wiggle room for mistakes anymore. So now we look to slowly see FX to find himself a frag. Sicked up to find another in this InferusEsport side. Gonna try hold strong. We are going to see TTC. There we go. I can slowly get the words out. I'm okay. Gonna see TTC looking to try and get themselves a little bit of mid control here, where we have seen Inferus be so weak through this hold, and that's just not the start you want if you're TTC, especially when you're in these 5EX situations where, you know, you're a man down, 2 men down, potentially even 3 at times. Losing an early frag to an aggressive sort of push into a dangerous area of the map is not what you really want. There's now Bevy to be left by his lonesome here. Bevy to find himself his first frag here in the 1v5. Should just really work on trying to find himself a bomb plant. Would be ideal, however. This B-side hold looking to try and prevent that, and it will. However, Bevy taking 2 with him. The economy for Inferus INT looking to be quite stacked at the moment. You know, if we're seeing TTC at the moment looking to continue to get aggressive, they need to be able to try and take some of these rifles away in the server. Now, Inferus' time to potentially mount a bit of a comeback here, like they did over in that first half. However, TTC, they need to be able to show that they're mentally strong. We are going to see Bevy good enough for 1 ping. Help to continue to find frags as rushes to come through. No support coming in from this mid area of the map just yet here from Karen. Godby to slowly get away. Kebabo to find a frag through long. Karen now leaving ping by his lonesome, watching this lowers area of the map. Push will come through. Karen so quick. TTC pick themselves up 15 at the moment. As Inferus, they're going to have themselves a full buy coming through. Sikta, you'd assume, would drop over. An AWP for Dream. Sikta to drop a rifle. No, he won't. That's absurd that he hasn't dropped a rifle there. Ping with no utility at all. Ping unable to contribute anything in the utility department this round. Will be dropped over a Molotov, however. It'll be interesting to see what does happen with it. As we see Helb finding Kebabo quite early on. The aggressive mid push coming through. Be rewarded. This now does look to be as if Sikta to be traded. Heleb continuing to find a whole heap of damage. Will be able to recover himself an AWP. As Gotti to eventually make this a 1v1 situation. Gotti now coming up against the AWP. A minute to play. We are going to see Dream head towards his B site. Looks to get quite aggressive here. There's Gotti to try head through some of this mid control. Dream to head all the way to T-spawn. Now we are going to see Dream holding the angle with the AWP. God, he probably won't expect this yet. Will be absolutely blown apart as we see InferusEsport able to pick themselves up 10, living to fight another day. Now, continuing to see this long hit coming through from TTC. The two Galils, Twixer, Bevy, having themselves what looks to be a little bit of control over this long area of the map. Dream, the only person playing quite passively with any say in this long area. Flashes to go over the top as it almost looked as if it was certain to be a long hit. The utility early on, almost indicating it. There's Hellab to try and spray through that smoke with very little luck. Dream to find Bevy. Now from TTC, the big thing I want at the moment is a little bit of wiggle room here. We are going to see Dream end up being forced to back away the AWP. Sorry, Hellab to find the head, popping through over that boxing ramp. Gotti to end up being traded. Kebabo now leaving Kren by his lonesome. Kren goes down in the 1v3. InferusEsport able to pick themselves up 11 here. The comeback definitely on. We continue to see Dream able to find himself one frag here with the Glock. The Glocks. Is Bevy good enough for one holding this angle here through short? We are going to see Helb try to put together a little bit of damage. Kren too slowly back away. Smokes to replace his presence. I'm going to see Twixer able to find the frag. Bomb going down here, the 1v2 situation. Twixer good enough to get a plant in, and I think especially with the Glock buy that we did see TTC have. Good amount of patience here in this round. Is now sicked up. Flashing over the top. Twixer to be spotted. We'll take the fight on. We'll be good enough for one. Twixer, the trade coming through. We are going to see ZFX able to find the bomb defusal. Now we see ZFX looking to try and control this long area, getting a bit of support coming through here from Siktup. Long looking to continue to be an area. We do see TTC continuing to try and attack, trying to get aggressive around. There's now smokes to go through for this mid to be hit. The 1B player going down. We are going to see Twixer and Kebabo find frags. A 2v5 now here in the server. We do see resmoke coming through towards this mid to B area. Bevy to put that bomb down. It's Kebabo wrapping around here potentially through CT. Will be good enough for one. He is able to find two. Kebabo
A huge 3K for him in the round. GG's all around as TTC able to take the final round, picking up 16 here. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure to be joined by all of you. I've been your Cast Flamboyant. I've got to head off. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow for some more Counter-Strike action. Peace.